Now today's session we'll discuss about the vulnerability assessment using the tool Nessus. Here is my tool Nessus. First we need to log in into the tool Nessus. So use the login credential which you use at the time of installation. So here is the interface to scan a system. First we need to go to the new scan. So there are several options are available: advanced dynamic scan, advanced scan, audit cloud infrastructure, padlock detection, basic network scan. Lots of options are there. So for the time being we are using advanced scan. So in this field first we need to put the name of the scan. Suppose the name is NPTEL and description is demo, folder my scan and target. So in this case my target IP address is 192.168.0.104 and 192.168.0.106. So this way we can use multiple IP address for scanning separated by comma. Now where is all the option for discovery? Discovery option is ping method, ARP and TCP, and it also use the ICMP, and maximum number of tries is 2. That means it try twice for a particular request. Then port scanning part is also there to enumerate the local port to use SSH and WMI, SNMP, and only run network port scanner if local port enumeration failed. So you can choose your own option. Then service discovery, enumerate all SSL or TLS cipher. Now assessment part is there, and in assessment part, brute force assessment, web application assessment, then Windows assessment and malware assessment, all options are there. You can choose your own option. For the time being, I'm off the scan for malware. Then report, we can also use this option to generate the report. And in advanced part, there are some options are also there. Network timeout, uh, here network timeout is 5 and maximum simultaneous check per host, that is also 5. Maximum simultaneous host per scan, that is also 5. You can also change your own option. Now where credential is there and plugin part are also there. So we already installed plugin part which is show in the tool installation part. So all the plugin are here which can help us to find out the different vulnerability, right? save the scan. Now I am starting the scan by clicking on the button Launch. The scan already started and it will take some time to complete the whole scan. And once we got the scan result, and by analyzing that result we can only find out the vulnerabilities, and using that vulnerabilities further we can try to penetrate inside the victim machine. So let's wait for some time to get the result of vulnerability scanning. Now see, Nessus complete the scan. So let's check the result. So we basically scan for two systems. One is with the IP address 192.168.0.104, and it has several vulnerabilities. Total 70 vulnerabilities there, and out of this 70 vulnerability, 9 critical vulnerabilities there, 5 high vulnerabilities there, 23 medium vulnerability, and 8 low vulnerabilities there, and 129 that all are the information. And here is the details of all the vulnerability, SSL, multiple issue, and a bind cell backdoor detection. A cell is listening on the remote port without any authentication being required. An attacker may use it by connecting to the remote port and sending command directly. So using this vulnerability, one can attack to the victim machine, and some other vulnerabilities also there. Let's check the other IP address, 192.168.0.106. It have total 21 vulnerability, and one critical vulnerability is there, and two medium vulnerability is there, and 36 information is there. And see, uh, MS17-010 security update for Microsoft Windows SMB server, and the remote Windows host is affected by the vulnerability with the CVE number 2017-0143, CVE 2017-0144, CVE 2017-0145, and also CVE 2017-0146 and CVE 2017-0148. And information disclosure vulnerability is also exist in this machine, and some other vulnerabilities also there, like in medium vulnerability MS17-047 is also there. Remote Windows host is affected by an elevation of privilege vulnerability in the SAM and local security authority. So all the vulnerability and the possible solution are listed here. So this way we can find out all the vulnerability using the tool Nessus. And further we use all these vulnerability to penetrate inside the victim machine. So this phase is basically called vulnerability assessment phase, and in vulnerability assessment phase we find out all the possible way by which a attacker can penetrate inside the victim machine. But in the next phase, that means in penetration testing phase, a attacker can try with all these vulnerability to check which vulnerability is working and which one is not. So that is called penetration testing. So in the next week, in next tutorial, I will show you how to use all the thing of all the information gathering part which we covered in this week, and using all that information How can one penetrate inside the victim machine? Thank you.